Urgent Washington Commanders fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Washington Commanders updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, folks, today we have some explosive news that could potentially shake up the Washington Commanders roster and their prospects for the upcoming 2025 NFL season. You know how important it is for a team with playoff ambitions to keep their roster sharp, especially on the defensive side, where the pass rush can make all the difference. The Commanders, under the leadership of General Manager Adam Peters, have been making some strategic moves this offseason, trying to bolster their front seven and bring in players who can make an immediate impact. And one name that's suddenly back in the spotlight, after a bit of a roller coaster journey through the league, is none other than Jadeveon Clowney. Now, let's back up a bit. Clowney, the former first overall pick out of South Carolina, entered the league with sky-high expectations. Coming out of college, he was heralded as a once-in-a-generation talent, a game-changer on the defensive line. But, as we all know, NFL careers don't always follow the script, and Clowney's path has been filled with ups and downs. Despite not fully living up to those initial hype levels, he's remained a dependable veteran, a player who brings intensity, leadership, and experience to any locker room. And in the NFL, especially for a team like Washington that's looking to contend, those intangibles can be just as valuable as raw stats. The latest turn in Clowney's story came with his recent release from the Carolina Panthers. It was a bit of a shock to many observers, considering how he performed during his tenure there. But what's more interesting is how Clowney responded publicly. Not long after his release, he made a statement that caught everyone's attention. He basically pleaded for another chance, asking teams to come get him, to rescue him from what he called a scrap heap, and to give him an opportunity to prove he still has what it takes to contribute at a high level. And honestly, that kind of attitude, that hunger, that fire, is exactly what teams like the Commanders need right now. You see, the Commanders have been on the hunt for that dynamic edge rusher who can help elevate their defense, especially in a league that's increasingly dominated by passing attacks. Their current roster, while promising, still needs that extra punch on the edge. They've lost some key players in free agency, like Dante Fowler Jr., who moved on to the Dallas Cowboys, and that leaves a bit of a void that needs filling. Clowney, with his proven NFL track record and leadership qualities, could very well be that missing piece. Think about it, he's been part of multiple defenses, played in different systems, and has shown flashes of dominance when healthy. He's not just a pass rusher, he's a team guy, a locker room leader, and someone who can mentor younger players while still providing production on the field. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is Clowney still at that elite level? Has he got enough gas left in the tank? Well, that's the real question. And that's exactly what Adam Peters and the Commanders coaching staff are weighing right now. Clowney's recent comments suggest he believes he's got plenty of good football left. He's convinced there's still a lot of life in those legs, and with the right scheme and motivation, he could be a real difference maker. From a strategic standpoint, he could be used as an edge-setting defensive end in their 4-3 scheme, or even as a versatile player who can line up in different spots along the line, disrupting passing lanes and setting the edge against the run. One of the key factors in this decision is whether Clowney's current form aligns with what the Commanders need right now. They are in a competitive window, and adding a veteran like Clowney, who has a history of playoff experience and big-game moments, could tip the scales in close games. The team has shown willingness to make aggressive moves this offseason, and this potential signing would be a clear statement of their intent to be serious contenders in the NFC East and beyond. The NFC has become more competitive, with teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all investing heavily in their rosters. The Commanders know they need to keep pace, and that's why a player like Clowney makes so much sense. But let's not forget, this isn't just about adding a name. It's about fit, motivation, and health. Clowney has had some injury issues in recent seasons, but when healthy, he can be a disruptive force. His ability to set the edge and rush the passer is still there, and his leadership qualities could be invaluable for the young guys on the roster. Players like Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and rookie prospects could learn a lot from a guy who's been through the grind, who's faced the best defensive linemen in the league, and who's still eager to prove himself. So, what's the next step? Well, it's likely that the Commanders' front office, led by Adam Peters, will want to see how Clowney performs in workouts, maybe even bring him in for a visit or a tryout soon. If everything checks out, and if Clowney shows he's still got that spark, don't be surprised if you see him donning the burgundy and gold very shortly. It could be a low-risk, high-reward move that propels Washington's defense into a whole new level. Remember, in this league, those edge rushers can make or break a season, and having someone with Clowney's pedigree and experience could be the difference in close games and playoff battles. Now, looking at the broader picture, the Commanders have been building steadily over the past few seasons. They've got a talented young quarterback in Sam Howell, who's shown flashes of brilliance and has the potential to develop into a franchise guy. Their offensive line is improving, and the addition of key playmakers at wide receiver has added more firepower. But the defense remains the backbone of their identity, and bolstering it with another veteran presence, someone who can still produce, would be a smart move. Remember, this team is heading in the right direction, and every piece added enhances their chances of competing at the highest level. And I think that's what makes this Clowney story so intriguing. It's not just about whether he can still play, it's about the mindset, the leadership, and the urgency to win now. The Commanders are clearly aiming for more than just a respectable season. They want to be in the postseason, making noise, and challenging the NFC powers. Bringing in a player like Clowney, who's been a part of playoff runs, can send a message to the rest of the league that Washington is serious about contending. So, keep your eyes peeled, Commanders fans. This situation is developing quickly, and it could have a big impact on the team's future. Clowney's decision, and the team's willingness to bring him in, could shape their defensive line for years to come. And let's not forget, the NFL is a league of moments, and sometimes a single signing can ignite a team's season. Whether it's Clowney coming in to give that final boost or just the anticipation of what's to come, this story is far from over. The Commanders are making moves, and we'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Jadeveon Clowney still has what it takes to make an impact? Would you like to see him in burgundy and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. We're heading into an exciting season, and with moves like these, the team is showing they're not content to sit back, they're aggressive, they're hungry, and they're ready to take that next step. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Commanders!